Hi, it's Panda Movies here. Today, I'm going to explain the movie called Zombieland. Warning, there are spoilers ahead. Enjoy the video. The movie follows the story of a lonely college student with a list of survival rules from Columbus, making his way from his college dorm in Austin, Texas, to see if his parents were still alive in their home in Columbus, Ohio. It had been 2 months since the spread of the infection that overran the entire United States and possibly the rest of the world. The infection is from a strain of mad cow diseases that muted into what Columbus liked to call the mad person disease that turned many Amrecians into vicious zombies. Survivors of the zombie epidemic have learned that growing attached to other survivors is not advisable because they could die at any moment, so many have taken to using their city of origin as nicknames. While he was on his way, Columbus encountered Tallahassee, another survivor whose ways are a lot more extreme than Columbus was comfortable with. Although Tallahassee was not interested in teaming up with anyone, he surprisingly allowed Columbus to tag along with him, albeit reluctantly. As they were making their way towards their respective destinations, Tallahassee mentions he misses his puppy, Buck, that was killed by zombies, as well as his addiction to Twinkies, which he actively tries to find. The duo decided to stop by a grocery store to gather supplies for their trip, and there they met Wichita. She asks for their help because her sister, Little Rock, had been bitten by zombies and she wanted to end her suffering before her sister even turns into a flesh-eating monster. Tallahassee gives his gun to Wichita so she can do what needs to be done, but as it turns out, the sisters were con artists. The sisters gather their weapons and even steal their Escalade. Furious at being outsmarted, Tallahassee flips out and takes his frustrations out by violently beating down a car. Columbus, although completely uneasy at his companion's display of savagery, he decided to stay. After Tallahassee calmed down, the duo made their way towards what used to be a village for the wealthy, trying to look for weapons or a car they could use. It must have been their lucky day when they found a yellow Hummer H2 loaded with weapons and ammunition. Overjoyed at what they had found, they again began to make their way to their respective destinations. While on the road, they find Tallahassee's abandoned Escalade in the middle of the highway, without realizing that it was another one of the sisters' traps to take them hostage. This time, however, Tallahassee was prepared for any tricks that they might try to pull. He manages to steal his gun back from Little Rock and has a standoff with Wichita until Columbus intervenes, saying that they have bigger problems to worry about, resulting in an uneasy truce between them. Columbus begins to get chatty and overshares to the sisters their plans, much to Tallahassee's dismay. Surprisingly, the sisters also reveal their plans of going to the Pacific Playland amusement park in Los Angeles, an area supposedly free of zombies. Wichita obnoxiously reveals that Columbus's hometown had been destroyed and everyone living there has likely been killed. Without anywhere else to go, Columbus decided to accompany the rest of the group to California. Along the trip, Columbus persists in trying to impress and woo Wichita. The group reaches Hollywood and Tallahassee directs them to the mansion of one of his Hollywood heroes, Bill Murray. The group split in pairs and search the house for any sign of zombies. Tallahassee and Wichita meet Murray himself, uninfected but disguised as a zombie, so he can safely walk around town. Columbus and Little Rock on the other hand find the home theater and decide to watch a movie and enjoy some popcorn. Tallahassee, Wichita, and Bill Murray decide to prank the other two, but Columbus was quick to react and shoots Bill, mistaking him for a real zombie. Bill Murray dies from his fatal wounds, but not without ensuring Columbus that what happened was not his fault. The group prepares a small funeral ceremony for the fallen actor. They decide to stay a little longer in Bill's mansion. That night, as they were playing a game of Monopoly, Columbus realized that Buck was not Tallahassee's puppy, but his young son who had become infected and died as a result. The longer the group stayed together, the more attached they became. Wichita and Columbus become increasingly attracted to each other, and Tallahassee bonds with Little Rock, with whom he was previously feuding. However, Wichita had attachment issues and, overcome with fear, leaves with Little Rock for Pacific Playland the next morning. Columbus decides to go after Wichita and convinces Tallahassee to join him. As soon as the sisters arrive at Pacific Playland, they activate all the rides and lights so that they may be able to enjoy the park without realizing that they drew the attention of the zombies in the area. A huge horde of zombies surround the area and the sisters desperately attempt to escape but are unfortunately trapped on a drop tower ride. While everything seemed to have been lost, Tallahassee and Columbus arrive to the rescue. Tallahassee lures the zombies away, creating a distraction for Columbus to get to the tower ride. Tallahassee locks himself in a game booth and starts shooting zombies as they approach. Meanwhile, Columbus successfully evades and shoots through several zombies to reach the tower and help the girls down, but not before changing one of his rules for survival to conquer his fear of clowns while facing off against a clown zombie. The group successfully managed to overcome the whole ordeal, and as a show of gratitude, Wichita kisses Columbus and reveals her real name to be Krista. The group leaves Pacific Playland and prepares for another journey to somewhere safe. It is not certain where they will go next or if there was even an uninfected place somewhere in the world, but one thing was certain, they were able to find a family in each other.